Another frequently asked question here at our law firm is, if I do file a lawsuit for a slip and fall or an injury on someone else's property, what kind of defenses can they raise? Well, in Florida, it's not always a situation where it's either 100% their fault or it's 0% their fault. In Florida, the law says that a jury is going to be asked to decide what percentage of fault for your fall or your injury was caused by your own negligence or your own carelessness, and what percentage of your fault or your injury was caused by the negligence of someone else. It may be more than one party. You may have fallen in a food store, for example, but they may have hired a company to maintain the floor and that they excessively waxed the floor and that it was the fault of that company. Or I had a recent case at a Walmart where they hired a contractor to paint the sidewalk outside of the Walmart, but they used the wrong paint that was in violation of the building code. Well, in that case, that was the fault of Walmart and that was the fault of the contractor. But in any event, and in all of these cases involving an injury on someone else's property from a fall type situation, there's always going to be a certain percentage of fault that a jury is going to attribute to the party that was injured. They're always going to say, yes, the landlord shouldn't have had that pothole, but if you were watching where you were going, you would have avoided it. Or yes, they shouldn't have had that floor excessively waxed, but everybody else knew it was excessively waxed and they all walked slow. You should have been more careful. So a jury could say that it's partially your fault also. And in my experience, they almost always will. The real reason why you want to hire an experienced personal injury lawyer that actually tries these type of slip and fall or trip and fall cases in front of a jury is the lawyer will be able to minimize for you what percentage of fault the jury attributes to you so that your verdict won't be reduced, because for every percent that you're found at fault for your own injury is the same percent of the total jury award that you lose based upon your percentage of negligence. So the lawyer's job is to get a jury to agree that it's mostly, and hopefully all, the negligence of the property owner and that there's nothing that you could have done to avoid it. Getting a lawyer involved at the beginning to talk to witnesses, to take pictures, to hire experts, and to do the things that need to be done to make sure that happens is critical. So call a lawyer first.